I'm a first-generation farmer with 5 employees, and we're on track to do about 750,000 in revenue this year. My question for you is, how do you recommend approaching employee raises, and how much and how often?
Well, when I first started, I avoided doing the annual review where we handed out raises because it sounded very corporate to me, and I can't stand corporate crap. The problem was I forgot to do it. And I would look up and it had been 2 years since somebody got a raise, and then they would quit. Well, you never gave me a raise. And I'm like, oh, that's not cool. Because I was just busy and never thought anything about it. I didn't have any kind of file tickler or anything to wake me up. So we started doing annual reviews. Now, keep in mind, we do reviews every week or every other week because we have a rhythm of meeting for accountability for performance. So we don't wait till once a year to review someone's performance. So the annual review is just a touch point to remind us to address the raise. So that's one time we would give a raise, is at the annual, at their birthday, so to speak, their Ramsey birthday, right? Their Ramsey-versary. And so the second time would be if they changed jobs within the company and they got a promotion, and obviously we'd need to adjust the pay to the new position that they moved to. And the third time would be if something has happened in the marketplace that particular job has just gone bananas and we're no longer paying market rate. And we need to up it in the middle of the year because we realize we're way off on that. That one hardly ever happens anymore because we stay on top of it. But, I mean, an example of where that might have come up is like back during COVID, everything went from $10 an hour for entry-level people to $20 an hour for entry-level people. And so, yeah, you needed to do that or you're going to lose them.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe that's part of what I'm struggling with. On the average pay for everybody entry starting, it's about $20 an hour. And I feel like every time from there going forward, I try to do annual raise. I always do annual raises. And I'll even do like $1,000 plus Christmas bonuses, and I got 401k
good
matching,
good
4% matching.
Way to go.
And paid vacation. So I feel like I'm trying to be fair to everyone. I want to think I am, but anytime I give any kind of raise, it doesn't seem to be appreciated enough. Like everyone always seems to be wanting, I guess everyone always wants more
yeah.
in general,
yeah.
But it just makes me wonder if am I not doing the right amount? Like I give over 7% raises every year, sometimes beyond that. And I don't know.
Maybe the amount would be incorrect if okay, let's say you got somebody and they were at $20 and you've gotten them at $25 and you look up and most people around you are paying $30.
Sure.
Then your 7% is irrelevant all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, totally.
And I don't know what the Grand Junction, Colorado, labor force demand is. My guess is it's a little bit seasonal.
Oh, it can be a lot of what we do. We do a lot of greenhouse operations too, along with field work, and so we do some year-round work.
But if you're competing with anyone working around tourism, wintertime, big business, right? Because it's ski country.
Sure. Yeah.
And they can go over to the ski lodge and make $40 an hour, and you're trying to keep them over in the greenhouse for $20.
Right.
That's what I mean. That's the marketplace I got to look at. And so I don't know if that's happening to you or not. It may not be competing for the same labor pool. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I have landed in Grand Junction and gone skiing, so I know what it is. But
sure.
Anyway, unless you are doing something that is an outrageous amount of money, you're not going to get an outrageous reaction.
Sure.
So a little bit of a yawn is okay.
Right.
Because it's $1 an hour or 50 cents an hour or whatever it is. I mean, it's not you're not saying, you're not announcing that they just won the lotto. So don't
Yeah,
expect them to act
totally.
like it. Yeah. And so
Well-
I a lot of times when we're reviewing with someone, it's a reasonable raise, but it's not eye popping. And so the reaction is thank you.
Yeah,
They don't hate us, but they also aren't doing double backflips and crying and calling their wife and screaming down the elevator about how much money they just got either. Because
Sure.
because it wasn't that, I have had that happen, but it was a situation where someone got, a ridiculous raise because the situation was ridiculously changed. But the standard annual review raise is based on what the marketplace is paying for that position.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's generally not going to create an emotional reaction with the team. And even though you're giving them more of your money and means you have less of your money and you would like for them to be a little happier about it, it's kind of a yawn. And that's okay because it's not a big chunk of change. And, that's what we're facing. So, hey, that's a good question. Sounds like you're a great business owner that loves his people. You're the kind of small business people that this podcast is for. Thank you for being out there, Stuart.